Hey guys, how you doing? Let's do this thing. Alright. Oops, what am I doing? Not with that. How did I get increment? There we go. Hey. Let's do it to it. Kind of an odd move. You just kind of play stand in this line. When they do odd moves like that, you kind of just play standard play. Because then they have no play at that point. Yeah, this is a very vital move to play because you don't really want to trade your dark square bishop. There we go. Oh, yikes. The whole idea was this, I'll show you. When I take here, he takes back, I take, and then I should be up a couple pieces here. Let's attack there. I was wondering if takes here doesn't do anything. But then this was kind of my idea, and if he plays knight takes, queen takes, he moves back there. Now you're threatening that, okay. Let's see, I want to check really quick to see where I can improve if there was anything. How do you react with that? Okay, I move there, which is okay. Okay, bishop comes up. He played there. But so takes, huh? So takes and then takes. Then, okay, takes. Bring the queen in. Okay, you're going after that. So if he goes there, alright, yeah, you can actually undermine that if he comes here. Knight BD2. Knight takes. Queen takes. Okay, castle queen side. And then I guess we could play bishop to b5 at that point. So castle queen side ourselves. Okay. So you have to get off that, okay. Very interesting to say the least. Okay. Let's get into our London system studies. Alrighty then, let's do it. Okay, this is the London, kind of the King's Indian. There's many different lines of the King's Indian. There's the English opening, Onlagan, Alagol, in Indian defense. So just don't get too hasty about things. And here, this is what the author said. This is when he was a junior, but like 15. He said that he remembers this game with his opponent. There's no way, he said, that a junior could resist not playing knight h5 here. He says it's just like, and so what we do, remember what we play: queen g5, h6, h2, h4, g5, and then knight d2. This is the best chance for counterplay for black. Yeah, it says that this our familiar maneuver, which gums up basically black's, this move here, this gums up black's position. White bishop on g3 for the knight. He gets the bishop, but at a heavy cost. So potentially this could have been an idea here. And if he takes, then we take. And remember, this kind of goes back to, I believe it's the, not the Grunfeld, I think it's the, I'm trying to remember, I think it's the reverse ready, if I'm not mistaken, that the G5 pawn ends up becoming a big liability. But he, rather than that, he just moves the knight, and then we take. And so this is the best chance for black for any counterplay. So there's also in line, if he doesn't take, but he plays a dubious move, which is knight to f4. This move gives white the most counterplay in the position. So the g takes h4 is the best, but this is dubious because pawn takes, knight to f3, h3, g3, will favor white, who has the two possible plans. This is what the author says. He's white and he says his two possible plans are just castle kingside, centralize the rooks, and play for the trades to exploit the awkward pawn on h3. So what he's saying is castles is the first one, and then what we'll do is play for the center, trade off pieces, and then see if we can't hone down on h3, because there's nothing that's protecting it. Also, number two plan is we could play queen to d2 and castle queenside to try to blow black out of the water. Is basically what he's saying. He's saying is, if we castle opposite side, our goal is we're going to try to storm the keep, because he's open to the world and we're ready for the armies to rush the barracks. Okay, so that's kind of that was the plan. But this is what was played here. Bishop takes, and then e5. At this point, d5 is played. There is a line that the d5 is a better improvement on this move here. That move's not the best move. d5 is. Knight takes, castles, and then bishop to e6. When black's piece activity and bishop pair are compensation for his damaged pawn structure. This is actually by taking, instead of when he plays here, instead of just pushing, taking gives him the ability to activate his bishop, and he has two bishops. Yes, his kingside's wrecked, but he has compensation by his activity. So white decides to, hey, forget that, just lock it down. Make him have to work for his food, as they would say. Make his men have to earn it. So f5, e4, and then he said this, that his opponent was age 15, and it was a gifted tactician. That's who it was, who often played on like title teams. So this player that he's facing isn't somebody to be pushed over. The player that he was facing when he was a kid was pretty an intense player. He was a title player, so it's not like he's a pushover, as they would say. Okay, let's see. Yeah, at the time for title. Okay, let me read my notes. This move is wrong for two reasons. It blocks the position, so this move is wrong for two reasons. It blocks the position. Then black has the pair of bishops, so this blocks the position. Remember, black has two bishops, so he wants to open the position. This violates the principle of opening the center. 2, it allows white to swap off his basically bad bishop for white's good bishop. I mean, for white's getting his bad bishop switched off for black's good bishop. The inverse of that. You guys know what I meant. And he says the thematic plan for black would be to retain the center tension, then at the right time sacrifice a pawn in the center for his queen, hoping for an attack. So what he's saying is, rather than this, queen to g5 holds the tension together for a potential take. So f3, knight g5, queen e2, d6, and then castle queenside. White still has an edge due to his extra space in the center, but at the right time, black can actually start chipping away at white's central presence with c6. So it's not like white's out of the woods, by far, not at all, because if he can open this up, he'll have an open file right on the king, and you do not want that. So probably our author was really relieved when f4 was played, because he probably went, whew, whew. That was a close one. Probably was ready for the other line. He was probably ready for the other line anyways, but you know what? It's always nice when you don't have to go into a big think. So G4. Okay. G4 guaranteeing a swap of the white bad bishop for the black good one. So this is saying if you're wanting to do something, I'll even give you my bishop for the knight. So if must be, if he plays here, you can actually trade off, potentially keep the bishop, and or you could trade off the knight. The bishop takes knight here, let's say here, right? You could potentially trade that off and then say, we're in a closed game, I'm going to just dance my pieces around the board and I'm going to lock it up. I have two knights, you have two bishops, very bad king side. I have maneuverability, so that's a potential idea as well. So knight f6 played. Yeah, kinda, he doesn't want to give up his knight because now the position's closed. If he was silly and gave up the knight, white would have a pretty sizable edge. Because what could happen is if here takes and then knight f3, taking scope on this pawn here and getting ready to dance, do the knight dance, as they would say. And so f takes and queen takes. See, where are we? h3. So everything's locked down on dark squares. This is horrible for black. It's really bad. I was wondering why he didn't take here, but I think he was concerned about queen to g5, and I don't know if he felt that was enough bet, you know, for the pawn. So you got to be careful when you get pawn greedy that you don't go pawn grubbing. If you're good, it's going to cost you. So rook g1. He played queen to h5 to hold the h4 pawn. If he goes for a knight takes, I'm going to let you guys take a second. Just for a sec, find the move that is winning for white. Find the move that's winning for white. White to move and win. Give it your best, guys. Don't fear. There's no wrong answer. And if you are watching via either Twitch or YouTube and it's pre-recorded, guys, stop here and solve it for yourself, because this is a tactic that you'll have to be able to find over the board. So just stop. If you don't understand it, don't start until you do. And if you have to get a board out, set it up and work it through with the board. Okay, there's nothing that, computers are great and everything, but there's nothing that takes away from a really good study with the board. Okay, I know you guys saw this. Congrats, excellent work. Queen to d3, and the knight will say adieu and go home. We'll capture it and it'll be our prisoner. So he lost the knight if he plays that double question mark, which equals a blunder. Let's see here. Okie dokie. Queen 2, 8, and then castle queenside. If black gets crazy on the queen side and sacrifices a pawn, white will just take them. The attack has very little chance if black is, not on. If he tries to sacrifice a pawn like c5, b5, and then we'll takes, and then knight takes. So it's a bad idea, to do that. And the g7 is missing, so he doesn't have the ability for the g7 bishop to come into play. So black's in a world of hurt, and he's going to feel it for the rest of the game, let's just say. D and then G. He decided to play on the G file, pressuring G2. That's kind of what the idea is. There's no real way of in-routing here because the knight can just gobble this pawn up, and we'll be up pawns on the queen side, which is enough. We'll just trade down and win with our passed pawns. Okie dokie. Rookie 1. An ending would be in favor of white. I simply am preparing to play d3 and then c5, breaking open the center for us at the right moment. We don't really much mind because this is still locked down, so we can go here and then come up if need be. G3, G6, knight F down, rookie, and then G6, and no draw, he says. No draw. And so F3. We're preparing for the C5 break with the pawn. Queen to G3, D5, D3, Bishop F, trying to get everything ready for an attack. Rook C1, G. So now we got tripled. Rook C2, nice. Bishop E7. We're trying to see if he can't get bishop to D8 maybe to hold the queen side. Also, this prepares to stop the break because the bishop's there now. A3, H5, King A2. Now the king's on light squares. The majority of the pawns are almost on light squares, and this bishop's going to be bad if we can get that knight traded off. White is in no rush. Black can't do anything meaningful on the king's side. So black can't really do anything. Queen H2, Queen to F1, Knight G, and then rook, Queen D1, King H7, C5, and he made a mistake here. You don't want to allow this to come to pass, but he did. One second. Hold on. Just a little itch there. Okay. He allowed for takes. Knight takes E5. Takes E5. Actually, sorry. This is what it says. Allowing white to take on E5, but at least black's activity is a horrible bishop. So what he's trying to say is, even though we let him take there, he gets his bishop still is very ugly. Even if we get the knight off and we trade all the pieces down and we get down to, let's just say all these come off, but but we're left with just these two pieces here. We'll put the pawns on light squares and we're gonna win. There's no way that white can't win here, because all the pawns are almost on light squares and black has a dark square bishop. Our goal for this here is potentially g4. We're trying to, if we can get to g4, then we've locked down the position, and this would allow a huge amount of help. We're threatening g4, so king h5 to stop g4. Let me see here, f5, a4, and then bishop to f8, f6. If he tried to hold with b6, knight c5, f8, and e5, and basically it looks awful for black because this passed pawn is coming right up the board. So he attacked the knight. He brought the bishop in to d4. We took the pawn. He's trying to attack our rook. Now we bring our rook in, and we take. He comes back to e3. We go back to e6 to attack the pawn, and the knight comes to h1. White got a little too hasty. He kind of played a dubious move. Do you know what? Sometimes just go all in. Check. King h, d6, rook takes, d7, b5, castles, takes, queen check, rook comes up, and then queen h8 mate would have transpired if he said he just got a little too worried about the position. He let his emotions get the better of him. b5, bring. We take the pawn. f2. We take, queen takes, rook takes, and then queen d4, and the game is basically over. We have let me see how many pawns. 6 pawns, and our opponent has 5. We also have 2 knights in a closed game. Our queen guards the b2 pawn, so there's no real threat, and we're winning. We're totally owning here. Okay, in summary, back to the old knight to h5. Okay, what he says is we play our maneuver with right here. If he plays here, let me see. What did I do here? Oh, don't worry about that, because you have let me see here. Bishop f, g, h, and h4 is deal. Okay. Let me take there. He's also saying that potentially you could just play your knight to back there. So don't worry about it. You should be fine. Just got to be careful when you set up for this. Then he takes, and you take, and it's like that. Yes, black gets some initiative because of his pawns, but he's weak. So just keep that in mind. So don't usually worry about knight to h5, guys. Just play the maneuver we usually do, and then at the right moment move your knight. If it's castled, you move your knight to e1. If you're not castled, you move your knight to d2. He takes your bishop. The the dark square bishop with the pawn, and you take his knight with your bishop. So just no panic, play the maneuver, and win some beautiful games. Okay, let's transpose into our puzzles. One sec, just let me check something out. Hold on. Okay, dokie. Actually, what we might do is play just one game, and then we'll get back into it, because we gotta start out with some fun. Let's do it, and then we'll get into our puzzles. I'm on. I'll give it a minute, and when it reaches 11:37, if not, or 11:38, I'll give it to 11:38. If nothing, then we'll get in and we'll start into our puzzles. Okay. Let's see how he does. Come on. Can't believe he provoked such a weakness. Let's see if I can't get my bishop, queen b3, and then maybe bishop to just start my push up the board. That works too. We got him. And we got him now. Boom. Oh, boy, boy, boy. A little scary there. He'll let his time run. That's okay. I'll tell him good game before he leaves. He'll have that on his thing so that he can know that he played well. Oh, so he actually played. Okay. There we go. I'm sure I did that one. Let's get into our puzzles now. Okay. So what do we want to play here? Should we have... Oh, we're pinned there. Snap. I'm thinking about blunting the attack here. But actually, if we do that, he still could take. Then, I'm not sure if that might not be a bad move there. I'm thinking bishop, queen b5. Queen b5. If space. Oh, then what? Oh, then we're on to 2800. And then queen takes b5. You play first rook takes g6, check. King moves, and then we go queen takes c5, and we picked up a piece. Huh, cool. That's good. Yeah, you know, we all we all have our competition for sure. So I believe that queen to b5. So not to worry. It's going to be a good tournament for sure. It's going to be fun. It's not tomorrow. It's the next day. After I think it's the 17th if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But Magnus I think plays, and it's the Singfield Classic or something like that. And so we'll get to see the strongest players of the world that we know of at this moment play, and it's going to be pretty cool to watch that. Especially, I like Classic because you're able to think more. Oh, well, tactics are part of chess, so you got to know your tactics for sure. Yeah, let's do this here. I'm. Then you take. Then you take. There we go. Boom. Okay, that was a pretty fun one. Yeah, it's going to be interesting at the St. Louis Classic. I can't wait to watch those games. That's going to be fun. Lots and lots of fun. Let's see. Queen takes c3. Let's see here. So if queen takes c3, rook takes c3. This is kind of the line that I'm seeing. Maybe bishop. Oops. Bishop takes d7. Not d7. d8. Sorry. d8. Rook takes a3. Bishop takes g6. I think that's it. That is true. Tactics are a lot. But you know, you gotta know your tactics for sure. That's for sure. Otherwise, you'll miss some of the funnest combos. Yeah, I'm liking queen takes. Like a Chinese economy would say, take the material. And then if he takes here, first of all you check, king comes up, and then you grab the pawn. And you got him. And if he plays here, he just comes straight. Wow. To draw? Wow, what did I miss here? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's how you pick up a piece. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's how you pick it up. Okay. I'll leave you guys with this for right now. I'll be right back. You guys take a look. Write in the message chat if you guys have anything, and I'll be right back. Alright. Hey, how you doing? Alright, so let's see. So bishop f6. Gotcha. Okay, so is this what you're saying? Here, there. Okay, takes, check, king, e7. Oh, king e7 can't be played because we can actually play queen there. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right on that because it has to be here. But I guess it'd be mate either way, wouldn't it? Because if we play here, there, or here, sorry, there. If he comes up here, we made him there. We made him there, yeah. Yeah, if he takes your knight, you still made him on e8. Yeah, so trying to see if are we overlooking anything. I like that. First of all, we can actually pluck off that that rook. We can go first bishop takes g5, and then if e takes d5, we can play bishop takes d8, and we can actually pick up two rooks. The only problem with that is he can take our queen. Yep. Not to worry though. Not to worry. So if here, if there, then we come back, grab that, and we got him. Yep, let's do it. And then if he takes here, you take there. If he plays there, we just check, king up. But if back here, if he takes, we check. If he comes up here, we we check with our rook. Nice. Takes there. We actually check again. Okay. He runs there. Check. We take. We take. Check. There. Check. And then checkmate. There we go. Nice find, guys. Good job. Okay, dokie. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got here? He's threatening to mate. Well, let's see. Hold on. We'll take a look and see. 2,000. And we'll give it a like. I like that one. That was a fun one. It was 2,000. Okay, let's see here. He's threatening mate there and there. So on H7, he's threatening mate, and on G7, he's threatening mate. So we don't have time to, as they say, oh, we could, oh, nice. Hold on. Could we actually pick that up? You're kidding me. It's that straightforward. Are we missing anything, though? No, because even if he plays, let's say we go queen takes a1, check. If he intercepts with bishop b1 or knight b1, we bring our queen to h8 and we're safe. Either one of these, we see. First of all, you take. And then because he intercepted that, now you just bring your queen all the way back here. Oh, yikes. Really? What did I... Oh, do we take? Oh, we could take... Ah, snap. I missed that. That was my fault there. I was so concerned about bringing back the queen that you could just take. I missed that. That was my bad there. We'll get it back, don't worry. Yeah, well, you do take with the king. Snap. Yeah. Hey, Fox. Let's see what we got here. Trying to see if we don't have queen to b5. Oh, good job. You're fine. You're doing good. Not to worry. Interesting. That looks appetizing for sure. I think you're right on. I think Fox is right on that, because this is actually what would happen if we tried rook d1. Oops, rook d1. Knight takes, queen takes, and then the queen could just move out of the way. Or the queen could just move out of the way, I mean. And if we take, so what? He just takes. So this takes here, pulls the king out. Then rook to d1. And he doesn't have enough time to come back to guard this rook. So he loses. Huh. But he could block with his knight, though. One of the knights could actually block. So if we played here... Oh, true. True, I see what you're saying. Yeah. There, takes, takes. Let's say we move the queen over here. We check. Yeah, rook could actually just jam itself in there if need be. I think a rook could just jam itself in there. I think we're fine. Alright. Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. So here, here. And then there's no real way to avoid, even if he plays here, we can take, takes, and then rook takes, and we win a piece. Yeah. Oh, we gotta be careful here. Yikesies, yikesies. Probably rook takes. We probably have to take here first. Rook takes. Queen takes, and knight takes. And we should be up a whole exchange. Boom. Good work, guys. Good job. Good job. That's funny. And so it's kind of something like this. So look, this is that a good? Are your questions answered, Fox? That's a good one. Okay. Take that as a yes. Okay. We'll go on to the next one. Thinking about playing. Well, we can't play rook takes because I want to play my knight in here because that leads to mate, but how do I do it without getting ourselves checkmated? thinking something like this, and if he pushes here, we can just grab that. Let's see here, there, there, there. We could actually get some there. We could grab that, huh? Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think you're right on that. So this is the line. Rook takes e7. If queen takes e7, we got bishop to g5. If f6, bishop takes d5, check. Boom. And we've basically saved the entire house at that point. So it's rook takes. So rook takes e7, rook takes e7, bishop g5. If f6, bishop takes f6, and we win. Is that right? Chess? Do we have it right, guys? You're gonna want to play. You want to play actually bishop moves. Then probably maybe. Actually, my line is thinking of this. Here, 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 and then knight to g5. Well, I guess that wouldn't work because then he's got g6. So that does not turn out to be a viable option for us there. Let's see. I'm still thinking this has to be the move somehow. Yeah. You are kidding me. Wow. Slap is in there. Wham. Okay. Drat. Yep, that was right. Yeah. It's irritating. But we'll get it. One second, hold on. Oops, there we go. That was interesting. Okay. Let's take a look to see. And we're threatening checkmate, so if he takes here, he gets mated. Yeah, wow. Very nice. Very nice. I thought removing the guard would actually work, but too aggressive. Alright. Let's see here. play? Okay, play pawn takes. Okay. Let's see here. If we play knight takes f6, bishop takes e6, king h1, or h8. Queen to c4. Not sure. Because we can't actually take with the rook, because then we can't take here because bishop takes, king over, and then takes. We can't take there because the queen would grab the rook, so it has to be knight takes. At that point, rook takes would be right then. Huh. Does it change anything though? I guess we could play bishop takes bishop after he moves queen a. Yeah, I think you're right. If we played here, he played back. We'd play bishop takes, queen takes. No, that can't be. Yeah, I think we'd have to win. We'd have to play rook takes. Yeah, I believe you guys were right. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Because none of this works. This doesn't work because he could just take there, and then we move and he's still a pawn up. He plays there and we're fine. So if he retreats back here, first of all, you don't want to grab that. Wait a second. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, if we move here, he goes back there. First, you want to grab here. Queen takes, and then rook takes. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That if rook slides over, oh, you take the. Oh, I can't take theirs. If he takes here, mate 1. Okay. Yep. Nice work, guys. Okay. Oh, your next move. Nice. Always a fan of Fabi. Oops, gotta turn off the engine. Okay. Alright, E4, C5, knight C3, D6, knight G, E2, knight F6. Okay. The Sicilian. And G5. Nice. This is kind of I kind of like this game because I vaguely remember that they're like, really? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? That's kind of what Morris Ashley was saying is, can he actually play G4 here? It's like, isn't this a little too premature for an attack? Well, yes and no, but it's Fabi. You know, fabulous Fabi. So I don't know how it works out, but he could play these type of moves, and it just ends up good in his favor the majority of the time. So that's cool. So G2. This also deprives black of H5, so this knight's pretty ugly on F6. D3. I think it's kind of like to Alexander, I could play G4 and you can't do anything about it, and he can't do anything about it. If he wants to weaken his structure, Fabi's like, more than happy, play H5. You know what? Go for it. Do it. I'm just gonna drop my knight in, and if you play there, so I just drop it right back. Now you're locking the king side down, Alexander. You show me what you got. It's kind of one of those moves. If you're wondering what rook A to B1, B8 is, he wants to play B5 and then A5. And he wants to storm the queen side because the chance of Fabi castling king side is probably very low. I might be mistaken, but he may castle king side. If Alexander gets his pawn moves going, I don't think Fabi's going to castle. He'd be better off castling kingside if he gets these pawn rollers going. Otherwise, you're going to be walking right into a frontal force on your keep. You do not want that. Even if you have a sub keep, you don't want to move the king there. You need a Helm's Deep kind of setup, like in Lord of the Rings. That's what you need. Castles, castles. Boy, wouldn't that be cool? Like an opening called Helm's Deep. Somebody will have to make an opening like that or something. A takes, A takes. Bishop E3. B4. See how the expansion's starting to come to pass on the queen side. Alexander's trying to exploit his queen side space. Knight D5. Yeah, this would not be a wise decision. Where to place the there, and then you may have that, and then he'd have to come here, and potentially we could just shut this down. And what attack do you have, Alexander? Nothing, honey. So H. I have to always remember, don't always take. Sometimes just push. Wow, nice. If you're wondering, why can't he take here? Ouch. That does not feel good. The queen moves, and thank you for the piece, my friend. So there's that discovery in the works. Takes. B5, D5, Queen, F3. Check. Queen takes, king takes. I know Fabio was in like full retreat here. I didn't know if he was going to pull it out. Somehow he does, though. Always does. And if he takes here, he takes. There's nothing you can do. Okay, so yeah, if he does this, you just check there. Sit here. Interesting position for sure. Do you have any questions on that? Okay. I'm thinking it may be E2. But I'm not exactly sure because I think if E2 he does have rook to E1. Can't the rook just take it? No, that doesn't work. You're fine. Yeah. Boy, this is a tough one. Not really. I think we may be just overthinking it. Let's see. Could we actually just win the d4 pawn? I think his idea is to play bishop here next and threaten a mate. So I think that's kind of one of his ideas. So 1 sec, I'll be right back. Let's take a look. Let's see what happens if he plays here. Okay, we'll call it on that, but we'll go over some of the lines that we were talking about. So what was some of your guys' ideas? Let's see here, knight. You guys have any other lines you want to go over before I log off? Where? What's the line? Where's the line that has queen takes b? You say queen takes d4. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. This line here. Okay. Queen takes d. Okay, I see what you're saying here. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you guys all good? You guys have any other questions you want to go over? Any other lines? I'll give you guys till 12:59, and then I'll say adieu. I'll give you, do you guys have any other lines? Nope. Okay. I'll take that as a no. Alrighty. Okay. Well, guys, you know what? We did really good. They hit us hard, but guess what? We're gonna recover. Because guess what? We won't give up. That's the whole thing. We know what we gotta do. We're gonna apply it. We are willing, and we're gonna do. And you know what? We gotta keep pushing forward. Don't give up, and don't hold back. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. We have to remember that. And like on Meet the Robinsons, let the past flow right over your back, and keep moving forward. We also have to, remember to double check, triple check our equations to make sure that they're correct. And we have to always keep in mind that the next puzzle's a new puzzle, and we just have to keep moving forward, I guess. And I guess that's the best that I could think of at this moment. And sometimes on those things, I'm like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Really? That's sometimes how I feel. But you know what? We can do it. We're going to be that one person that hangs up our coat, hangs up our hat, sits down and does the thing that cannot be done. We did. And so thank you for all logging on. And I'll leave you with those thoughts, as Wesley So says, through the Lord Jesus, as I say, God bless. And I'll see you guys next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, and evening. And I'll be back on, Lord willing, tomorrow. We'll do some more studies, puzzles, and games. And just keep. Today I didn't do a Fabi. We'll do that. We'll do a Fabi tomorrow. Okay. So keep studying, guys. Keep doing good. Hurrah! We could do it. Yes. Okay. Be blessed, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.